Ladies and gentlemen, look at the progress on the Liberable website. So far, you guys will be able to communicate via the community tab. There is a repair tab, there is a sell tab, a buy tab, there are service providers, there's an event tab now. So with the event tab, you basically email the little email on top, and then we load the event for you on the app. You can also boost your event. That means you'll be able to have the event scattered across, basically on the home page of the application and the website. So I'm incredibly excited for this website to go live and application. You guys should be getting notifications very soon. I apologize for the minor delay. You know, with these things and like everything else, there are always small bugs and things like that need to be seen to before we let you guys see the final, basically before you guys get to play with the final product. Just remember, I don't think there will be any cars on the app/website. That's why we're gonna email it out to all of you who register on www.liberable.co.za for you guys to start buying and selling cars on the application. So yeah, enjoy this video ahead. Zahir, I always forget Zahir's name. Andre and Zahir, the owner of this beautiful WRX STi and the respective engineer and brains behind this car. You guys have probably seen this car on the Liberable Killarney drag racing videos, and I'm always saying I need to drive this car and review it because it is giving some proper cars hiding at Killarney. And like all of you, the question going through my mind is, how on earth is a Subaru doing it? And how on earth has it remained in one piece while doing it every event? Andre, how are you, my bro?
I'm well, man.
Zahir,
I'm well.
how's it, brother? Lovely, lovely, lovely. Andre, let's first start with you and ask the main question. Why a Subaru?
I don't know. Look, I think it's every child's dream. I mean, we all had PS1s if you're my age. I don't know. I always thought certain things were out of my scope, or you can't achieve certain things.
Yeah.
Hooked up with an old schoolmate of mine, and a few months later it became a reality. Flew down to Joburg, bought the car, drove it back home, and we are where we are. And I think November I'll have her for about 2 years.
Damn.
So she's one of four, but she's my first child, so she's the special one for me.
But you have another Subaru here as well, which is you guys have seen in the background of the video. We're not going to show too much about that car because that is a touch of a secret. Zahir, tell me, as a tuner and builder of this car, what's the current power the car's making and how did you get to it?
Okay, the current power of this car is around about 305 kilowatts. And about 580 Newton meters of torque.
Yeah.
In terms of spec of the engine, it's just basically a OEM plus build, I would call it. So there's literally just forged pistons in here with ARP studs. The rest of it is just bolt-ons, cold air intake, a Rashi turbo, standard cooler, standard exhaust manifold, and just is proper tuned, you know, and it's running also with obviously our flex fuel, which obviously assists in the cooling of this car, also keeping it as reliable as it is,
of
you know.
course. What management are you guys running through?
It's a stock management system. Okay. So this, well, a lot of people know this. You can tune a standard STi ECU, so it is tunable. Obviously, to a certain extent, if you're going to hit like massive numbers, I would say over 400 kilowatts, you're going to need to maybe start looking at running a aftermarket management system on there, you know what I'm saying? But for this car as it is, it's a daily drive car. You can daily this car, and you can see this guy is racing this car every Wednesday.
Holy. Listen, if you guys want to get in touch with Zahir, I will leave all his information in the description box below. You guys can find him over there. But more so, Zahir, I think you said something very important there. Pistons, because Subarus, people like to laugh. Ring landings, it's a common issue with these cars.
Yes, exactly. So the ringland failures, that's a manufacturer fault, I would say. Unfortunately, the piston cannot withstand the heat that the engine's producing there. Obviously, when the guys are cranking power out of it, and the ringland failure, then obviously that leads to further things because the guys don't catch it in time. So kind of doing just like a forged piston, here's evidence of it. That just shows how reliable these cars can be, you know. And obviously it comes down to the owner doing their service, using proper oils, and they also need to have 1% of mechanical mind in the sense of know how to check oil. You know, just open that bonnet up and just have a look there. Then it's going to give you no problems, you know, and say no problems.
You know, as someone who comes from a family that loves Subaru, my parents own, I think, 2 now already, and both have been incredibly reliable. Even the turbocharged one that we've had was very, very reliable. And I think, Andre, that speaks to kind of what you're doing with this car, which is you kept the unequal length headers on, which gives it this
the perfect sound.
Subaru sound.
The radio replacer.
Yeah, the radio replacer. And you're having true and unfiltered fun with the car at Killarney. And that's what matters, you know. The car's been...
Yeah, look, that's important for me. Winning is great, but for me, I'd rather, if I'm going to do some stupidity, do it on Killarney. The occasional pull on the road, it does still happen.
Yeah.
But I think, like Zahir said, regular maintenance, I mean, because I work this car quite often, every 2,000 to 3,000 we do the oil change.
Yeah.
And besides having a mechanic that knows what he's doing, I've also the tuner on the car, it's Urban Rally, Marius, and Zahir's got a good relationship with him, and Zahir works on all my cars. Marius tunes all the cars but the NA, obviously. She's only pushing us a 1.5.
Of course.
But there's happiness, and I have fun driving my cars. I don't need a reason to actually burn a tank of petrol out.
Yeah.
It's getting expensive, but
Really?
it's for me, it's the joy you get out of it.
Very much
and
so.
I think that's the bigger picture at the end of the day.
Very, very much so. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time I think I get a Hawkeye, or I like to call these the Hawkeye Subarus on Liberable. And I am quite excited to be driving this car. This one is busy sleeping here, not too sure where you want to go. And the best part about the Subaru is this sound. I think it's...
Who needs a radio?
You can't get over that sound. It's so good. It's like... It's
addictive.
It's what Subaru is known for, man. You can't get enough of it, and oh, this thing is quick. I mean, that's 4th gear, but Subarus do generally have very short ratios, but still, like, that's 5th gear even feels...
And she's on low boost.
That's on low boost, yeah. Effortless. On what fuel are you guys running in this car?
We're running E50.
And the car's handling that quite well, obviously, yeah.
Definitely.
That is the best thing to use of these cars.
Look, it's not sometimes, a lot of people think ethanol is all about performance. It does enhance. But like my Forester, I will add a 5 or a 10 liter because it helps with the octane boosting.
Of course.
Increase the octane and cooling as well.
Yo, you know what I love about this car? You don't hear the engine at all. All you hear is the exhaust. And it sounds freaking lovely. Look guys, we're 3 in the car now. Zahir will be leaving the car, and we will put our foot down now a touch more. And then we can see what this car is about. Zahir, thank you so much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, if you need any work done to your Subaru, whether that be general services, tuning or modifications, please check out Zahir down in the description box below. He will definitely be able to help you. be leaving us in front. We are going to be on our own now with Andre and just chat a bit more about what he loves about this car. I think we can start off by asking you, why not a RS3 or a Audi S3?
I won't lie to you, I mean, before I bought the car, I was looking at the German car. But the thing is, at the end, if you're looking at what you paying for a VW or even a VW or BMW, and the cost of this car, it's far cheaper. Yes, there's certain niggles with it, but what car doesn't have niggles?
Yeah.
And the thing is, at the end, VW, even an Audi, they're nice to drive, but look at the pleasure you're getting out of this car.
Yeah.
If somebody's asking me, why are you putting your foot down, or why you're driving so fast, just on the odd occasion you get that pleasure out of the car.
You do.
Look, I'm at Killarney on Wednesday night. A guy called me Oom, very respectfully. He said, Oom, het Oom gereis al. Kan ek teen Oom reis? I said, no, cool, but the thing is, at the end is I'm much older than most guys, and for me it's about, I'm out to have fun, man.
Yeah,
I want to
that's
enjoy
so
it.
true.
And that's the reality.
You need to live, you know, as car enthusiasts, we tend to drown our stress and anxiety into cars. And I can truly say that as someone like me who has been going through quite a lot over the last 2 or 3 years, my Mercedes has been a car that makes me smile.
Exactly.
It makes me feel happy when a bad day has been on the balls. So.
It's like one of my buddies said, he had a bit of a tough day, took his car out, and it was a reset.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, go do it. I said, that's one way of de-stressing. I mean, if I look at this car, for example, I mean, it's always been a dream.
Yeah.
And growing up, you weren't by the means to do certain things.
Yeah.
And not to say that I am happily unemployed, but the thing is, at the end of the day, I'm enjoying life or doing what I want to do right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Not to say that I'm not taking my responsibility. I'm taking care of certain things.
Yeah.
But it's about living. I'm not going to live forever.
True.
So nothing in this world I can take with me. So I want to live it. I want to enjoy it, and
True.
the car's part of it. And okay, the girlfriend says something else though, but maybe I need to maybe balance things a bit better. But I am stopping at 4 Subarus now.
Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy. But these are such good cars, such value for money, but they can cost a bit when they go wrong, like any car.
Exactly.
You know, and I'm starting to believe now that it doesn't matter what you drive, it's going to break and it's going to cost you money to fix.
Look, the reality is, if you leave the stock, or if it's in a very reliable, or even a turbo, I mean, like you spoke of your dad with his turbo, as soon as you start tinkering on any car, your risk increases.
Yeah.
But so does your pleasure.
Yeah.
And the thing is, for me, that's why I go to robot. I mean, I'm out to have fun. It's great to win, but the thing is, at the end of the day, I'm having fun.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
enjoying
true.
it. And JP's not looking for me.
Ach, that clown. I can't actually stress myself with him at the moment.
Ach, who cares?
He is just creating problems, I think, for everyone.
Ach, but the thing is, at the end of the day, look, not everybody's by the means. I mean, to go to Killarney. So if I look at the guys, you get the usual suspect. There's some new guys rocking up and stuff like that. And that's the fun. The guys are there, and it would be nice to have more events. It's winter right now. So the thing is, at the end there will be less racing. But yeah.
You was talking and I put in my foot down. Holy
It's not
moly.
easy sitting passenger. I'm not used to it.
Guys, this thing is quick.
Do you want to pull over quickly?
We'll go.
And then you toggle the button and you increase the high boost.
Okay, let's do that. I'll pull over here. Save
No, you can drive.
Okay.
So if you look at the button on the left hand side,
Left.
just push it there.
This one here?
Yeah, it will go to set.
Okay.
And you're looking for letter B there.
Yeah, it's on B.
So an high boost now.
Okay, so let's knock it down a few cogs and see what's what. Oh wow. Automatically feels more
Big
urgent on the
difference.
throttle, yeah.
From 264 to about 303, 305.
300 plus kilos is no joke.
Pure fun. Pure
Alright
fun.
guys, we're gonna wait for the road just to,
Straighten up
Yeah.
a bit. No, all good.
we don't want to, I don't know what this car
She
is
sits nicely in the corner. Ours will give a little bit.
Yeah,
But the suspension works well.
yeah. But these Subaru's all-wheel drives on next level. Like guys, third gear, 3,200 RPM. I'm gonna try and breathe into the throttle and then go down. done.
refine the tuning.
Yeah.
They did that.
G'day guys, we have a bit of a straight road coming up now. Put the foot down here. Third gear, 4,200 RPM. I can see why it beats cars at Killarney. It's got tight ratios and it bangs through the gears beautifully.
And the launch is awesome. Eh?
Yeah.
To get the launch right. And where she's even more decisive and effective is when you flat foot shift.
Oh, of course.
That's a different mind game. But what you get out of the car, it's mind-boggling.
Okay, right, guys, we're gonna drop it down the proper few cogs here and just put the foot down. Go first gear. Because I know this is what you guys obviously want. You want to see the car going a bit quickly. So we'll go just first gear and we'll just breathe in the throttle, no launching.
I don't need a reason to drive her.
Holy crap! This is so much fun! And because the exhaust opens, you get that Subaru
The rumble.
sound, yeah! And it becomes like this wash of emotion that you can't stop.
It's addiction.
Yeah! I can see why you run this thing over and over and over again at Killarney.
Look, it's at the end of the day, it's legal fun.
Yeah.
We out there to play and whatever. Like
Yeah.
I say, not racing for $1 million,
Yeah.
but just the pleasure out of it.
Yeah. If anything were to happen with the engine, what are your plans?
Well, it all boils down to finances at the end of the day.
Yeah.
A friend of ours, or Zahid's busy building an engine for him, 1,000 horsepower. So my dream is to go possibly in the same route.
Oh wow.
So you want to close deck the block
Yes.
on my limited knowledge, but I also want to steal something from Porsche. I want to look at titanium sleeves.
Yes.
So you can the motor can, or the block can take more. So that's my dream. But she's working, she's driving, and when we get there, we'll hope to create it basically.
Sure. I'm so honored that I got to drive this car, Andre.
No, it's only a
Thank
pleasure.
you so much. I really appreciate saying by this side here on our right hand side. This has been such an opportunity and also an eye-opener to the world of Subaru. You know, people are, and I'm not gonna beat you on the bush, terrified of these cars.
No, they are, and I won't lie to you. I would love to see more of the Cape Town Subaru crew or the SFC Rock up at Killarney. If they're not racing, come and support it. It would be nice to have more visibility. You go to Killarney, you see enough Golfs, you see enough BMWs,
Yeah, yeah.
the Audi boys, the Toyotas. So yeah, Subaru present.
Yeah.
We need to let it grow.
Yeah, it's true. But I think, you know, again, that fear of the car, my parents as well. I mean, we bought into Subaru. We were terrified of what the car could do if it broke, but it never did.
Yeah.
Guys, we'll do one more pull and then we'll say bye-bye. So first gear. Yeah. Beautiful. The motor sounds beautiful. You can't hear the motor at all.
No, she's quite, I mean, she goes well. I mean, at the end of the day, I've done a couple of events. I don't drive it too often.
Yeah.
The odd occasion during the week, otherwise my Sunday cruise. And I think that also helps. But as I said previously, regular maintenance.
Yeah.
Oil change, I use liquid moly. So 2,000 to 3,000 kilometers, we drain it, put fresh oil in. And I think that all helps with preservation, conservation of the engine as well. She takes
Yeah.
a pounding, but yeah, she's a dream.
Transmission, diff and driveline wise, these are tough cars. You'll get the ones on the gearbox as they get older, but my god, you can launch these cars.
Look, I mean, the thing is, the ultimate dream on a gearbox, anybody would want it, is a sequential box. But Subaru 6-speed makes a big difference, and that's a surprise on the Forester build as well. but it allows you to launch. I mean, if you, you've seen what I've done on the
Yeah,
launches, so
yeah.
that does give me an edge. But some people's third gear and the automatic cars are fast.
Andre, thank you so much.
No, thanks, Niaz, man.
I really appreciate it. Thank you for bringing this car down to me to drive. And I hope all of you guys enjoyed the video on Andre's WRX STi. Guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, share with friends and family. I will leave Andre's social media, if he has any, down in the description box below. That would allow me to follow him as well. Be free, be you. Liberable out.